Welcome back. Since day one of the Israeli aggression on Gaza, which took place recently, Egypt continued its intensive efforts, intensive contacts with all sides, whether regional or international, to try to find a solution to settle the situation, to find a cessation of fire, and to alleviate the suffering of the Palestinian people in all means. And this is not only the political leadership, but also the Egyptian people. And the national coalition tried to reflect the will of the Egyptian people into practical deeds on the ground. Humanitarian aid is a must, and to try to alleviate the suffering of the Gazans inside their homeland, inside Gaza, it's a duty on all of us. To shed more light on what's going on the ground and of the role of the civil society here in Egypt, we are very much delighted to have with us via phone Engineer Amany Shennawy, member of the Civil Society and International Service Organization. Thank you very much for being with us, Engineer Amany.
Thank you very much. Good morning.
Good morning, and tell me, how have you received as part of or as a member of our NGOs or the civil society, the political leadership keenness to facilitate all these steps, all the procedures in front of you to do this on the ground, to make your utmost efforts to guarantee the entry of humanitarian aid into Gaza?
As a start, Egypt has always been the leader in Arab issues throughout ages. As President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi in his speech called for ending the fight, ending killing of civilians, and stopping the bleeding, he also facilitated for us due to negotiations that we aid our brothers in Palestine with some of their needs in this very hard situation. Our strategic choice was always peace based on justice, and it's justice for people in Palestine to at least find their needs now in this very hard situation. So the National Coalition of NGOs, together with Decent Life Initiative, which is the presidential initiative, are doing the best that the aid goes to Palestine through the Red Crescent and through our...
This was my coming question, Engineer Amany. I'd like you to tell me more about the cooperation between different concerned bodies. I mean, the Red Crescent of Egypt, for example, and the Red Crescent of Palestine, UN agencies, different NGOs on the ground. How do you see the quick response and the coordination among all of them, as we said, to guarantee the entry of humanitarian aid to the Gazans?
Now, our experience in having our all our alliances and our initiatives cooperating together in Egypt, we are doing this since 2019, and since Hayya Karima initiative started, we always partner the NGOs with the community, with the government. We are used to this partnership, which makes every effort a greater one and a bigger one. So in this case, we are, the NGOs, the coalition of national alliance of NGOs is partnering with the Decent Life Initiative, the Red Crescent, and due to our president's negotiations with the UN, everyone is helping. You saw youth standing in Rafah, standing and very happy when the trucks were permitted to enter.
Yes. You know, Engineer Amany, this made me very proud of our youth, despite the fact that we were all, and we are still that sad because of the deteriorating situation in the Gaza Strip, with the thousands who were martyred or killed or injured inside Gaza. But still, feeling that tomorrow is going to be a better day because of our youth. We do
Well,
have now the culture of volunteering. How do you see the response of the volunteers and their will and determination on the ground to do whatever it costs to fulfill the task, to make
well,
sure that
I'd
they have
like
done
to,
it?
well, I'd like to tell the world that Egypt is a youthful community. We have the majority of our citizens are youth. Our average age in Egypt is youthful. So this is what's coming. This is the future. The future, our future, the youth are used to partner in such initiatives. They are our source of pride. They do it with a lot of love to their community as a social responsibility. So as you saw them, it's very touching. What I saw is very touching. They are standing there, keen to give.
I'm sorry for the interruption, Engineer Amany, but let me put my question in other words, if you permit me. I'm talking here about the culture of volunteering. I mean, to know well or to see yourself, the awareness among our youth that volunteering, to volunteer with your time, to volunteer with your effort, this is sometimes, or maybe most of the times, is even more precious than donating money.
Yes, as I said, this
yes.
is a social responsibility that is built in our youth. They do this. This is what I was saying. They do this inside Egypt all the time. They are volunteering their time, their effort. They are giving from their vocations, their experiences, and this is more important than money. When you have youth, and you are a youthful country, so this is the future. We are helping the world. The Decent Life Initiative was a national one. Now it is an international one. It's going beyond our borders to our brothers in Palestine who need it and who have the right to get the help.
You know something, Engineer Amany, I feel that our brothers and sisters in Gaza, they feel safe when Egyptians are there. How they receive us, how even the drivers of the trucks were happy and their facial expressions were really touchy when they know that they are about to enter the other side of the Rafah border, the Palestinian side. And when they returned back just a few hours ago, they had this sense of relief that they did this mission and they are ready to repeat it again and again. And maybe forever. We hope, of course, that this is going to end that soon and we are not going to be in a rush to continue with the humanitarian aid. But I felt even their body language, their facial expressions, they were different, as if they did something for their own families. It's a kind of a family bond, not only citizens in another place out of our borders. Do you agree with me on what I'm saying?
Our ties with Palestinians, our brothers, are blood ties, our border ties, our neighborhood ties, and this is historical. We are standing for Palestine since ages, and since the 1948, we are calling for justice. We are calling for Palestine and its capital, East Jerusalem. We are calling for justice to humanity. This is what we're calling as Egypt for the whole world to stand for humanity. So yes, I saw people, I saw their body language, I saw that they were happy receiving their needs and that's what they deserve at that time from Egypt and from the whole world with all the efforts of Egypt. The food, the blankets.
And of course, Engineer Amany, in this situation, you have met with the people from other nationalities. Did we convey the message? Have they received the message that when it comes to humanity, when it comes to the sufferings of civilians, of human beings in general, It doesn't matter at all what's your nationality, what's your language, what's your religion. This is something above all that. Did
I'm
they
calling
receive
as
this message?
I'm calling as you do the message from here, from Egypt, for the whole world to join hands and sit on on negotiation tables, not in war. We are not supporting war. We are not supporting killing civilians. This is very surprisingly that people kill children. Come on, we have to sit together, negotiate like we always do, like it's civilization, like civilized people do. We have to negotiate, stop this bleeding now, and help Palestine and Palestinians to keep their land, with its capital, East Jerusalem. I read lately that the International Court of Justice is going to hold hearings about what's going on. This is very important.
Amen to that. Well,
crimes
yes.
against kids, against children, against mothers.
Well, Engineer Amany Shennawy, a member of civil society and international service organization, thank you very much for your input and have a very good day. Unfortunately, in the coming few days, thousands of pregnant Palestinian women are going to give birth. Simply, they do not have a place to give birth. Immature babies are dying because of the lack of fuel in the hospitals, which are still working in Gaza. Humanity is above all. We hope that this message reached the civilized world. And with this message, we end this episode. Egypt is going to continue its utmost efforts to put an end to that, to reach a settlement and to alleviate the suffering of the Palestinian people inside Gaza, inside their homeland, because Egypt is not going to permit the liquidation of the Palestinian cause. We are working together for the establishment of an independent Palestinian state and Al-Quds as its capital, the two-state solution, living side by side in peace, the only solution to have stability and peace in the Middle East region and in the whole world, by the way. By this, we come to the end of our episode. Stay tuned on Nile TV International always for more updates. And for more details, please log on to www.nileinternational.net. Many thanks for watching. This was Nermeen Abdurrahman.